This week we've invited my mom, a scientist. My mom used to be a chemistry teacher, and now she teaches chemistry teachers how to be chemistry teachers. Today is mole day, and I don't know what a mole is. It's the thing that roams around our yard, right? Digs around our yard.
And tears it up?
Yeah.
No, not exactly.
It's the thing on your face. The thing like right there.
Right there, like right here?
Yeah.
Nope, not exactly.
What is it?
Well, it's not a person that leaks secrets to other governments or other people either. In chemistry, a mole is a very important quantity that we use when we're talking about atoms and molecules, because atoms and molecules are so small, we have to talk about them with a big, big number. So, a mole is 602 sectillion of something. Do you think that's a big, big number?
Mm-hmm.
It is a big number. So 6.02, and then if we put it in scientific notation, it's times 10 to the 23rd. So that's why today is Mole Day, because today is October 23rd, 1023. And so we celebrate the mole all day long. And so we use the mole, this big number, to talk about quantities in chemistry, because we can't count atoms. Atoms are too small to count if we count them individually. And so we have to have a lot of them. So we package them up in numbers, kind of like a dozen or a pair. Everybody knows what those are. And we use this big, big number. So atoms are so small. We can't even see them with a microscope. And so we have to measure them out in these packages, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. And so I think we've got some things measured out just to show kind of what a mole looks like. Yeah. So 6.02, so 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, very, very big number. Okay. But if we look at a mole of sugar, so this is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of sugar. We have enough sugar there. Maybe enough sugar to make a small batch of cookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so if we have something else, like salt is a little bit smaller of a molecule. So a mole of salt would look like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we have a mole of water, it looks like this. And so Avogadro, he's the scientist that put this idea together of the mole. And so we call 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd Avogadro's number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so all of these represent 1 mole of molecules. Now, if we wanted to talk about, like a dozen donuts, right? We'd have a box of donuts. But if you had like a dozen jelly beans, right, that'd be smaller. Just like here we have different amounts. Now, I know you had the idea to measure out a mole of Tic Tacs, right?
Well,
So,
my dad's idea.
your dad's idea. So if we measured out a mole of Tic Tacs,
It'd probably cover the earth like half a mile high.
yes, it would cover the earth about a half a mile deep. So we just don't have the time today to go buy that many Tic Tacs and demonstrate that, and put that in our bowl. So we won't do that. But 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd is such a big number that, did you know that if you had that much money, like let's say not even 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd dollars, but if you had 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd pennies, what do you think? You think you'd have enough money that, you could just buy whatever you wanted to buy?
Yeah.
Yeah? You think you'd have to worry about running out of money?
No.
No, you wouldn't. So if you had 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd pennies, from the time you were born, and let's say you live to be like
100?
Like 110 even. Like you live a long life. And that whole time, you spend $1 million every second. Okay? From the time you're born to the time you die. And not only that, but like you let your kids spend $1 million every second. And you let their kids, because by the time you're 110, you're going to have grandkids and great-grandkids, right? And you let just all your family spend $1 million every second for their whole lives. Do you think you run out of money?
No.
No. So by the time you died, you would still have vast majority, like 99% of your money would still be left.
And if your grandkids didn't use any of it, wouldn't it be like 99.99%?
Yeah, you'd have a whole lot of money. But if you had that much money, you'd probably share it with your grandkids, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mole is such a big number, we can't even really think about how big of a number that is. It's hard for us to comprehend how big it is. But the reason we have to use a big number like that, do you know why?
Because atoms are so tiny and there are so many of them.
That's right.
That it's hard for scientists to go, okay, here's a dozen
atoms of oxygen or whatever.
Oxygen, right? And you can't. It's like that.
Like we wouldn't even see it.
No,
we wouldn't even. It wouldn't even be a speck of dust.
It's more than you breathe in. You probably breathe in. I don't know.
We're probably breathing in all kinds of atoms and stuff right now. We don't even know it, right? Yeah. Yeah. So atoms are so small, we have to measure them in big numbers like that so that we can actually see something, to see a reaction happen. And we all like to see chemical reactions happen, right? Especially if it's like an explosion or something really cool. So to see something happen, there has to be a lot of atoms involved for us to be able to see it. But otherwise, if we're just talking about like two atoms reacting with two other atoms, that's no fun because we wouldn't never be able to see.
It'd be like you'd see, like you wouldn't see anything, but down there would be like a little poof of air.
Yeah, somewhere. It's like Horton Hears a Who, right? It'd be going on, but nobody would realize it. Yeah.
So we've gathered some jokes for you, Mom.
Okay.
Why is Avocado so rich?
Why? I don't know. Why is he so rich?
Because he has a whole lot of money.
A whole lot of money. That's pretty good. All right. What is Avogadro's favorite dip?
I don't know.
Guacamole.
What class do you usually get immobilized in?
Immobilized? I don't know what class.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
What was Avogadro's favorite subject? Multiplication.
I love a good mole day joke, but Andrew, some people think that you shouldn't tell mole jokes. Do you know why?
No, why?
Well, it's not because they're cheesy. Sometimes they are, but some people think that they're moletically incorrect.
Mom, thanks for coming here on this extremely important holiday. Mom, can you give me a mole of pennies?
No, I can't give you a mole of pennies, but I can give you a mole of water.
Mom, we just lost a few billion atoms.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
It's really not much.
No, it's not much.
It's Bible time. We're in Proverbs 18:15, which says, "The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, the ears of the wise seek it out," which means a person who is making a decision for the good seeks out the knowledge that he needs. I hope we've given you a bit of knowledge. Thanks, Mom. If you want to see the last video, click there. If you want to subscribe, click here. Comment below if you want my mom's tutoring. Bye.